Well, yeah, I didn't do it for a long time. I hope you can hear me. Yeah, I don't know, this system showed me that you can hear me, and we can stop this video and we can just. I hope you can hear me. Yeah, I don't know, this. Okay, yeah, looks like yeah, looks like it's okay. Could I open my chat on the mobile phone? Maybe it's possible. Then I would prefer to do it. Okay. Pum, 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 pum. It's not looks like. Maybe if I gave my translation. No, it just. No, it's not comfortable. Yeah, well, I sometimes look in chat, but it's not necessary, I think. I could understand a stream like this much more for me than for a viewer. Yeah, today I think I will spend something about 1 hour for this. So yeah, I even take the timer. You know, I will not rush this course. I will not try to do it quickly. It's just something that I think could be helpful for not just for living in Britain, in UK. Yeah, you can see me, and for some reason now it's works perfect. Yeah. Well, let's read about this course. I just will read. I will not even, make a notice, I think, about this course, only if I will not meet something really, really interesting. So, yeah, let's just... Okay. I'm a little bit afraid about chat. Yeah, but I hope it's not gonna be. I hope it's not gonna be a big deal. I mean, I don't wait for a lot of messages in the chat. Yeah, this stopped. Okay, yeah, let's start. It's new course. I will not rush them. It's approaching poetry, like how we met the poetry, and I will just read it for maybe comment something. I like poetry. I mean, not too much. I'm not read some critical articles, or I even don't know about the poetry mechanism, like mechanics, like form of different poetry, form of vessels. I don't know about that even in Russian, but I tried to write some poetry in Russian, and I have some vessels. It's not really good, and I understand that, and it's not really good actually because I don't know how it's working. I mean, poetry has it's not a really, I think, really deep theory. I mean, not like a math or I don't know, even something complex, too complex. Uh, yeah, and maybe I wanted to finish some kind of course about the poetry in Russian, on Russian language, but now I think it's more how it's appropriate, yeah, to finish it on English. So yeah, um, yeah. Introduction. This course is designed to develop the analytical skills you need for a more in-depth study of literary texts. Well, I will not deep study in literary text, but you will learn about. But I love to develop my analytical skills in everything. Yeah, you will learn about rhythm, alliteration, rhyme, uh, how to spell this because I know what it means. Yeah, it's rifma in Russian, but how to spell it correctly? And yeah,
Rhyme.
rhyme. A word that has the same sound or ends with the same sound as another word. Okay. Poetic inversion, voice and line lines and endings. You will examine or examine it or examine. Yeah, yeah. If you wait for some too deep, too smart streamer in English, but better looking further.
Examine.
Examine. You will examine. Okay. Is it working? Yeah, it's working exactly what they wanted. Yeah, examine poems that do not rhyme and learn how to compare and contrast poetry. Great. Learning outcomes. After studying this course, you should be able to demonstrate an awareness of the role analysis plays in informing appreciation and understanding of poetry. Okay, let's go with all this because yeah, a lot of words which I don't know. Awareness, I could understand it. Yeah, awareness, knowing something, knowing that something exists and is important. Okay. Demonstrate an awareness. Oh, okay, awareness, осведомленность. Awareness of the role analysis plays in informing appreciation. I think it's like in informing state, not state like government. Yeah, I mean informing form. Yeah, informing position. Wow, informing position. Yeah. That's the right word, I think, about this. Pleasures that you have when you recognize and enjoy the good qualities of somebody. No, I was wrong. Appreciation.
Appreciation.
And understanding of poetry. Identify and discuss the main analytical concepts to use in analyzing poetry. It's interesting, yeah. I like concepts, especially analyzing concepts. It's kind of. I can't say that I like it too much, but yeah, it could be interesting. Okay. Okay, it's the first unit. Let's go. What is the point of analyzing poetry? One simple answer is that the more we know about, okay, you know, it's much longer texts. This text is much longer than in previous course about skills for learning. Yeah, skills for learning. It was like tips, like a hint how to make your text more comfortable. Yeah, like how to make your text more variable for no, not for a variable, more consistable, yeah, for a task. Now we have a long part of text. It's nice. I just want to read it. You know, I realize that I don't want to read a fiction anymore. I mean, no, I don't, like never. But right now, I just don't want to read it. Some fictions or something like that. But I still want to read something, especially in English. And I thought maybe this courses is not a bad choice. That's why, firstly, why I want to read it. So yeah. What is the point of analyzing poetry? One simple answer is that the more we know about and analyzing, the more interesting it becomes. It's true. Anything. Oh my god. Yeah. Sorry. Anything. About anything, the more interesting it becomes. Listening to music or looking at paintings with someone who can tell us a little about what we hear or see or what we're reading is one way of increasing our understanding and pleasure. It's totally true, yeah. My wife nicely knows a lot about paintings, and it's always interesting to compare our thoughts about painting in gallery or our thoughts about and you acknowledge about that with my thoughts. Yeah, it's always interesting to compare. So yeah, it's totally true. That might mean learning something about the people who produced the works in music painting that we are interested in and why they produced it. But it might also mean understanding why one particular form was chosen rather than another. Chosen or chosen. Let's check this word.
Chosen.
Chosen. Okay. Chosen.
Chosen.
Chosen. Chosen. Chosen. Yeah. But chosen rather than another. Why, for example, did the poet choose to write a sonnet rather than an ode, a ballad, or villanelle? Okay, I don't know what the villanelle is. Okay. Oxford Learner dictionaries don't know this word. Because, yeah, I can say that I know what is sonnet, what is ode or ballad. I mean, I know that the different poetry forms for an art pieces, but I actually can't form it more properly. I don't know how explain what is it, and I will not distinguish one with another. Yeah, one each another. So yeah, and what is villanelle? I don't know at all. So now I'm going to English Russian translation, yeah, dictionary and villanelle. A 19-line poem with 2 rhymes throughout, consisting of 5 texts and a quatrain, with the first and third lines of the. Okay, it's kind of hard, but yeah, it actually could help me with the text too, because it just helps expand my possibility to analyze different texts, which I want this ability and the to involve the skills. So yeah. Villanelle, it's villanelle in Russian, and it's kind of complex. It has a very complex, rules how it should be formed in text. So yeah, we can go further. To appreciate the appropriateness, appropriateness. How to spell that? Okay. I like this course. I like when I can, just check the word.
Appropriateness.
Appropriate.
Appropriateness.
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 Appropriateness. The quality of being suitable, acceptable, or correct for the particular circumstances. Okay. To appreciate the appropriateness of one form, we need to be aware of a range of options available to that particular writer at that particular time. In the same way, we also need to pay attention to word choice. Why was this particular word chosen from a whole range of words that might have said much the same? Looking at manuscript drafts can be really enlightening. Enlightening. Okay, I clearly understand what it means, but I never made this word before. Enlightening. Showing how much effort was expended in order to find the most appropriate or most evocative expression. Evocative. Let's check this word. Making you think of or remember a strong image or feeling in a pleasant way.
Evocative.
Evocative. I want to check what it means in Russian. I mean, do we have some words about it? Yeah, we have a special word for evocative. It's like a nostalgia, yeah? It's another word for nostalgia. And we have the word nostalgia, but evocative, the translate as вызывающие воспоминания. It's like summoning the rememberness. Yeah. No, not rememberness, but remembering. Yeah. So yeah, in Russian we have a special word for evocative. We can use we use the nostalgia in the same, in time when we need a evocative or something like that. Maybe we in some more specialized dictionaries of Russian we could make something, but I never hear something in live Russian languages one word for this for evocative.
Evocative.
Evocative. Okay, we go very slowly, but why not? Expression. Okay, activity 1. Click on the link below to read and compare the two versions of William Blake's Tiger or Tiger. What? It's not a tiger, it's something different. What means tiger again? Maybe it's just the name or something like that. I check it in Tiger. Yeah, it's like just a name of someone. The left is the draft, the other is the final published version. Okay, let's check it. In this course, we can, download all poetry and all texts which they provide us. For example, yeah, now I'm download the William Blake's Tiger PDF file and I open it, and I think I should, somehow to add it on my set. Oh my, it's working. Great. I like it. Okay, left it's kinda draft. Yeah, it's not a final version of this. Mm, it's not a final version, and final version is here. Okay, and let's try to compare it. Before we reading, we could see that oh no, he's same amount of house vessels, yeah, but I want to just translate this word because, yeah, why not? Четверостишье. Quatrain.
Quatrain.
Quatrain. Okay, it's a quatrain, yeah. It's the same amount of quatrain, but here we could see a more variant of one sentence, of one row, and of one line, yeah, and more. That's why it takes more place, but actually, here's the same amount of quatrains. Okay, quatrains. Okay, let's try to read the final version. Yeah, tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forest of the night. What immortal hand or eye could frame so fearful symmetry? Symmetry. Okay, I know all words before until this one. So let's just symmetry. The exact match in size and shape between two halves, parts or sides of something.
Symmetry.
Symmetry. Oh my, symmetry. Yeah, of course I know this word. Symmetry. For some reason, yeah, I should pay more attention to how should be pronounced the different letters. Symmetry, of course. Tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forest of the night. What immortal hand or eye could frame so fearful symmetry? Maybe he's some. Yeah, now today I will learn a lot of words. Maybe it could be. Stress. You use the word stress for. Syllable stress. Yeah, looks like it's really stress. Okay. Good frames. Okay, so I'm not sure about this little word. A word meaning you, you're used when talking to only one person. Oh, it's like form your, but not with. Oh, it's kind of some maybe old use, yeah. Yeah. Good friend to fearful symmetry. Stop. How to spell it?
Thy.
Thy. Good friend thy fearful symmetry. Fearful, okay. Tiger. яркий свет, ну, горит ярким светом в лесу ночном. Что за бессмертная рука или глаз смогли бы разделить эту твою ужасающую симметрию. Что-то такое. Something like that in Russian, yeah. Okay. In what distant deeps of skies burns the fire of thin ice? On what wings dare he aspire? What the hand dare say the fire? Okay. In what distant deeps or skies burns the fire of thin ice? Thin, it's yours again or something? Something different. Okay, another time. Thy.
Fine.
Thy. Okay. A word meaning yours when talking to only one person. English. Okay, it's old use. Okay, thy.
Fine.
Thy.
Fine.
Thy. Okay. Burn the fire of thine eyes. On what wings dare he aspire? What the hand dare say the fire? Okay, in what standards of deeps of skies, I can understand. Burn the fire of thine eyes. On what wings dare he aspire? Aspire, I'm not sure about this word. To have a strong desire to achieve or to become something. Okay, it's like a it's not вдохновение, not inspiration, but it's the same root, yeah. Inspiration and aspire, yeah. Yes. Oh no. Oh, sorry. Inspiration. Inspiration. Yeah, I think it's the same word. Because the process that takes place when somebody sees or hears something that causes them to have exciting new ideas or make them want to create something, especially in art, music, or literature. Inspiration, and we can say aspire. Yeah, it's. I think it's. Yeah, it should be the same word. Spear. I mean, SPRR. So yeah. Okay. Looking nice, I think. Yeah. Yeah, on the preview it's a very bad photo, but for some reason I liked it. You know, it's truly East Europe poetry enjoyer. What's the hand there sides the fire? There he aspire. Wings there he aspire. What's the hand there? On what wings there he aspire? What's the hand there says the fire? Says it's like delayed. I mean, something to reducing. To take something in your hand suddenly and using force. Oh, size. Like you take someone and say, okay, size the fire. Something who could grab the fire with a hand. Okay, there. I mean, it's how dare you? Some, yeah. And what shoulder, and what shoulder, and what heart could twist the sinews of thy heart. And when thy heart began to beat, what dread hand and what dread feet? Dread. Dread. I forgot this word. Sorry, guys. Dread.
Dread.
Dread. To be very afraid of something, to fear that something bad is going to happen. Okay. What dread hand and what dread feet. Okay. And what shoulder and what are shoulder. Because it's not shoot, yeah, it's shoulder. Part of body. Either of the two parts of the body between the top of each arm and the shoulder.
Shoulder.
Yeah, shoulder. I used this word in the last time when I draw the soldier in pixel art, and actually, yeah, I maybe it's another time, and I finally will remember this word. And what shoulder and what art could twist. Maybe there's another meaning for this word, because I can understand how it's, get in this poetry, get in these vessels. Having this type of shoulder mentioned, the part of a piece of clothing that covers the shoulder. Oh, okay, it's the clothes. Meat from the top part, okay. A part of something such as a bottle or mountain that is like a shoulder in shape. Oh, for example, mountains, rocks could be a shoulder, it's a shoulder, landscape with a shoulder of mountain, something like that. It's a Persian word. I don't know. Do you understand? In English, but yeah. Okay, an area of ground at the side of a road where vehicles can stop in an emergency. It's interesting. Well, okay, shoulder could have not on the meaning. It's kind of in Russian. Yeah, we can use the word плечи in different meanings. For example, shoulder, it could be in Russian плечики. It's obviously from a плечи. We use it as a mechanism for okay, I don't know a lot of words. I should learn some collections words much properly. I should exactly do something with that. Okay. What? Okay. And what shoulder and what art could twist the sinews of thy heart. Sinews. Could twist the sinews. Okay. A strong band of tissue in the body that joins of muscles to a bone. Oh, okay. Okay, it's связки. Okay. Source of strength or power. Okay, could twist the sinews of thy heart. And when thy heart began to beat, worded hands and worded feet. Okay, it's just about how tigers fearful. What's the hammer? What's the chain? In what furnace was thy brain? Okay. What's the anvil? What dread grasp? Dire its deadly terror's clasp. Okay. It's a kind of cool vessel. I want to maybe learn it. Because, yeah, for example, I tried to learn the uh, Poison Tree, William Blake's, and it's not too hard, but it was cool too, yeah. Like, I'm angry with my friend. I told my wrath didn't. I was angry with my. I thought it not. My wrath did grow, and I watered it on fears, night and mornings with my tears, and I sunned it with smiles, and with soft, deceitful wiles, and it grew both day and night. uh, Till it bore an apple bright, and my four beneath the shine, and my four behold the shine, yeah, behold of course, and he knew that it was mine. And the last quadrant, I don't remember. I don't remember at all. But I tried to learn it. Maybe later. Yep. Okay. What the hammer was the chine, in what furnace was thy brine? Was the anvil ordered grasp? Giant's deadly terrors grasp. Okay. No, start with anvil. But I don't know when William Blake lived, but he kind of, separated the tiger with different parts of the body. He actually described every part and what it's gonna be with if the tiger will start to move with some aspire. An iron block on which a blacksmith puts pieces of metal before shaping them. Oh, anvil. Okay, yeah. I played in Dwarf Fortress on the holidays. Yeah, anvil. I should remember already the word. Yeah, it's наковальня. In that furnace was thy brain. Okay, what's the hammer? What's the chain? In what furnace was thy brain? What's the okay, furnace. Like a forged or furnace? Forged, maybe. A space surrounded on all sides by walls and a roof. Oh, yeah, furnace. It's where it's where anvil placed. Yeah, okay. Was thy brain? What dread grasp? Okay. Okay, I played in so many, fantasy games. I should actually know all the words. Unfortunately, in Russian, almost all video games has been localized, and yeah, it's really struggle with to my. It's really struggled my English learning. Grasp. To take a strong hold of somebody, something. Okay, maybe better if I would. Understand. Oh, grasp. Okay. What dread grasp? Okay. What dread grasp? There, it's deadly terror's clasp. Okay. Who forged the tiger? What's the mind? It was scary sound. And it was scary. Oh my, Fintic, thank you for subscribe. I'm not sure what it means. And where you subscribed. It means you subscribed on the on you subscribed on the YouTube. It's great. Thank you, Hintik. Now I'm sorry. I just want to how this I want to you know yeah I want to do it again. Sorry. Okay, he alerts for YouTube is slightly different. It's just some random pictures. I think so. Yeah, you're welcome. I'm here just learning something about poetry. Yeah. Okay. And now I'm trying to translate the tiger and understand what it means. It's William Blake. It's all in the in the bounds of this course, approaching poetry on the Open University, and I'm just reading because I want to read something on English, but I really don't want to read a fiction and sci-fi. Maybe not right now. I'm a little bit tired maybe from that, or just don't see good point for that. So yeah, you're welcome. It is rain. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Okay, the next one. When the stars don their spears and watered heaven with their tears, did he smile his work to see? Did he who made the lamp make thee? Okay, lamp with a big with a high letter, and maybe just a name or something. I'm not sure right now. Yeah, okay, but why it's with a big letters? I don't know. Did he smile his work to see? Did he who made the lamp make thee? Thee. What means thee? Clasp.
Clasp.
Yeah, clasp. A word meaning you. You. Used when the day. Okay, old use or dialect. The. We already learned thine, which means the same things, and it means a different thing, but it's similar. Yeah? The. Okay. Okay, when the stars threw down their spears. Spears, it's like a weapon, no? When the stars threw down their spears. Okay, stars like holding on the sky with the spears, maybe, yeah? Maybe it means something like that. And watered heaven with their tears. It's about rain, I think. Did he smile his work to see? Yeah, it's not one who made the tiger. Did he really glad that the tiger is really exist? And did the same person who actually made the lamp who made the lamp made thee? Who made the lamp belongs to tiger. Interesting. Okay, tiger, brilliant bright, in the forest of the night. What immortal hand or eye, they frame their fertile symmetry. I'm not sure that I want to read it like tiger, brilliant bright, in the forest of the night. What immortal hand or eye, there from thy fertile symmetry. It's spelled like symmetry, but maybe I'm wrong.
Symmetry.
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 Symmetry. I don't know how to, take the rhyme here, because really complex. It's really complex for me. Okay. Forest of the night, what immortal hand to eye, there from there. Okay, but the task of the course was not in just read it, but we have an old version or draft version of Tiger. At first, we can see that the Tiger has a different different spelling, so it's kind of interesting because maybe it was time when the people didn't how to realize didn't make constant form for this word. Yeah, maybe some. Okay, I don't want to say something like that on every time. It's kind of. It's accidentally. In the forest of the night, it's the same. What immortal hand or eye could dare frame the purple symmetry? Symmetry, maybe I should spell it like a symmetry, because then it's a rhyme with I. What immortal hand or eye could frame the purple symmetry? Maybe it how this word spelled in the previous time, or maybe just for this vessel. He he thought that we should should pronounce it like symmetry, just for this poetry, yeah, just for rhyme. Not sure. Okay, good or deaf? Yeah, he was not sure what word they here, but I think he realized that in the second quatrain he found two there and make the two rows with there, and it's make a kind of rhythm here, but it's gonna be strange if we place there here. It's gonna be too much one word in not in the one rhythm. Yeah, it's okay if you make a four in line with same word on same position, but I think it's gonna be not so cool. Yeah, when you use in the same time you use it this word in not in this rhythm, if you already have a rhythm which based on this word. Okay, in word, burn it, distant, deep, or skies. Burn it, distant, deep, or sky. Oh yeah, he obviously thought they use the word bird. Bird. It's not bonfire, yeah. It's like it could mean something different.
Burned.
Burned. Damage or injured by burn. Bonfire. Okay, but I think he's more. I think it's more like he's being more close to bonfire. Let me. But yeah, but maybe no. Maybe it's really burned fire of thine eyes. On what wings dare he aspire? What the hand dare say the fire? Okay. And what shoulder and what art? He used this sign, yeah. It's it's not apostrophe. It's just end. Call it just end, yeah. Could twist the sinews of thy heart, and when their heart began to beat, why? What dread hand and what dread feet? Yeah, he made a more questionable this pattern. I mean, he don't make a question. Yeah, he don't make one line. He make a question from this one, and it's what dread hand and what dread feet, or what dread hand and what dread feet. Yeah, his. I think we should read it with a longer part than in the previous variant. Yeah, could fetch it from the furnace deep. Could fetch it from the furnace deep, and in the horrid reaps there sleep. Okay, what's the hammer? What's the chain? He decided to continue. Maybe he even changed this on more questionable, yeah, for make one read to the next questions. Yeah, you can see he's not nothing like that. I mean, he's no connection with rhythm between these two quaterns. I think that's why he changed it. Could fetch it from the furnace deep. Fetch. Let's check this word.
Fetch.
Fetch. Okay. To go where somebody or something is and bring them it back. To go to where somebody or something is and bring them it back. Fetch. It's not return, yeah, it's just. Is it another word which in Russian just. No, it's just. It's translated as bring something, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Could fetch it from the furnace deep, and in thy horrid ribs there sleep, in the well of sanguine war. Mine. What all these words could mean? Sanguine.
Sanguine.
Sanguine. Cheerful and confident about the future. And war.
Woe.
Woe. The troubles and problems that somebody has. In the well of sanguine war. In the well of sanguine war. Okay, well, I think it's not like a mood or circumstances. Yeah, it's here like house system of water appearing from the ground. Yeah. there's wheel. No. No, it's my mistake. How is gonna be? No, colored it well. Okay. I think he's more about this kind of well. Yeah, it's well like. Oh. For some reason, he has no definition like that. Adverb, maybe. Maybe we have something which not adverb but a noun. Okay. In the well of sanguine war. Okay, I think it's it's obviously known because here we have article there. So in the well, yeah, of confident about the problems in future. Confidentness in the war of confidentness about the problem in future. I think this role means something like that. Okay, poetry is fun, I think. Sanguine. I'm just translated in Russian because, yeah, I want to. Sanguine, we have like exactly the word sanguinic, but it's about usually not. Oh no, it's in the way of sanguine war. Maybe sanguine he is not like a sanguine war. It's it's a misery of sanguine people. Yeah, it's a misery of people who like their life usually, but now but it's a eternal well of misery people like this. Okay. Inward clay and inward mold. Yeah, you know, he's even not yeah, he's not about furnace, he's more about you know, like house. About clay and all this stuff.
Mold.
Containers that you pour a liquid or soft substance into, which then becomes solid in the. Okay, it's a like a form for. Yeah, it's form for liquid. Clay goods providing, yeah. Since something. Okay, I not think something like that. I mean, I think something like that, but I shouldn't repeat it like a. Parent. Okay. There, it's deadly terror's clasp. Okay. Clasp. Tiger, tiger, burning bright, in the forest of the night, what a mortal hand or, and I dare form frames thy fearful symmetry. I think symmetry, he thought that we should pronounce the symmetry, not like symmetry, but symmetry, for rhyme with I. Well, I think I finished. I comment something about, you know, the spelling of tiger, about why he changed it from I on the question, and you know, for take the rhythm, why he don't use there key. Yeah, because he has the rhythm with there key. So yeah. And he was not unfurnished, he was had a workshop of his claim, and yeah. Okay, discussion. Let's write the discussion. The most obvious difference between the two is that Stranger 4 or the draft does not survive in the published version and an entirely new stanza. When the stars down the spears appears in the finished poem, significantly that introduces the idea of the lamb, a dramatic contrast to the tiger as well as the idea of a he who made the lamb. One similarity between draft and final version is that each is made up entirely of unanswered questions. But if you look at the manuscript stanza 5, you can see revisions from what to where, and the struggle with the short line, where Blake eventually decided that the idea of an arms was redundant. Let's read it properly.
Redundant.
Redundant. Without a job, because there is no more work available for you in the company. No needed or useful. Okay, 1 hour actually passed. I think let's just read the rest. Yeah, we compare the tiger. Maybe I will learn this. You know, this vessel. So yeah. Redundant, subsumed in the notions of grasping and clasping. The two rhyme words are decided grasp, clasp, but in which order should they come? Clasp is the less aggressive word than grasp. Clasp is not quite as gentle as an embrace, but it is closer to embracing that grasp is. So grasp is. So it must be for deliberate effect that we end up with what dread grasp, there it's deadly terror's clasp. To embracing. What embrace is? It's. I thought it's kind of something nasty or something what we can't accept, but maybe I'm wrong. An act of putting your arms around somebody as a sign of, oh no, embrace. Okay. I was totally wrong. I was opposite wrong. The act of accepting an idea, a proposal, a set of beliefs. Okay. Oh, embrace. It's opposite, but yeah. If you accept something, not disaccept. To embrace and grasp is so. It must be for deliberate effect that we end with what dread grasp, and there it's deadly terror's clasp. Deliberate effect. I think I should understand it, but never sure properly about it. So yeah, it is rare to have manuscript drafts to examine in this way, but I hope that this convinces you of the kind of attention writers pay to word choice. Let us take one more example. Think about this first stanza of Thomas Hardy's Neutral Tones. We stood by a pond that winter day, and the sun was white as so children of God, and a few leaves lay on the starving sod. They had fallen from an ash and were grey. Sod. An offensive word for a person, especially a man, that you are annoyed with or think is okay. Taboo slang, okay. Used with an adjective to refer to a person, especially a man. Well, sod, got that stank yesterday, you like a sod? Okay. I think that is difficult because problems. A layer of earth with grass growing on it, a piece of this set has been removed. Okay. And a few leaves lay on the starving sod. I think that's this meaning. The first meaning in the Oxford Learned Dictionary were about some offensive words, but actually I think it's just a surface on the ground. The sun was white, I thought children of God. Children. I thought children of God. Children.
Sod.
Children. I wrote it like a children, but it's obviously different word.
Chide.
Child. To criticize or blame somebody because they have done something wrong. So children of God. Okay. Oh, yeah. And the sun was white because it's with the God smile, I mean. Yeah. We stood by a pond that winter day, and the sun was white as so children of God. And a few leaves lay on the starving sod. They had fallen from an ash and were grey. Okay, notice that in the last line, oak or elm would work just as well, as far as the rhythm or music of the line is concerned, but ash has extra connotations of grayness, of something burnt, old, dead, finished, etched to ashes too, perhaps. Yeah, ash is more. Okay, oak or elm, it's more, about ground, I think, yeah? Let's just use this word.
Oak.
Oak. A large tree that produces small nuts. Okay. And they had fallen from an ash. Oh, ash. Yes, it's Yggdrasil, for example. Ash, it's yasin, but because it's the same word, the leaves could fall from any tree, but they fall from ash because ash, it's not only the tree, it could be, ash as dust. Yeah, and that's why he used this one, this word exactly, not the other trees. Okay, and I didn't understood it in the first time. I thought it's ash exactly dust, and I not clearly understood all these questions. So yeah. But ash has extra connotations of grayness, of something burnt out that finished. Yes. all of which contribute to the mood that Hardy conveys in a way that Oak or Elm wouldn't. To return to my original questions then, what is the point of analyzing poetry? One answer is that only an analytical approach can help us arrive at an informed appreciation and understanding of the poem. Whether we like a poem or not, we should be able to recognize the craftsmanship that has gone into making it. The ways in which stylistic techniques and devices have worked to create meaning. Okay. Yeah, it's like why we like it or why we dislike this poetry. It's very important. General readers might be entirely happy to find a poem pleasing or unsatisfactory without stopping to ask why. But studying poetry is different matter and requires some background understanding of what those stylistic techniques might be, as well as an awareness of constraints and conventions within which poets have written throughout different periods of history. Yeah, exactly. Exactly why analyzing of everything is fun, I think. You could analyze what what you want, and you will gain a fun from it, especially if you know some methods, techniques, and see the consequences of different words or different techniques. Yeah. It's about analysis at all, not only about poetry. Can below. Okay. You may write poetry yourself. If so, you probably know only too well how difficult it is to produce something you feel really expresses what you want to convey. Yes. Writing an essay presents enough problems. A poem is a different matter, but certainly no easier. Yeah, because in essay, much more important, sentences and paragraphs, but usually you could, you have more equal choices between, equal variants of words. But in poetry, every word is much better than essay. Yeah, but in poetry, you usually don't want to provide so many thoughts and ideas as an essay. So yeah. Approaching analysis. After all, how successful are emotional pouring on paper? Words one might scribble down in the head. Oh, okay, scribble down in school-wise, scribble down. I think I understand, but yeah, I want to know exactly what means scribble. To write something quickly and carelessly, especially because you do not have much time. Okay. To draw marks that do not mean anything. It's like a scribble down. Scribble down is like a make a mark. Make a notice about something. But типа засело в душе, я так понимаю это. I understand it's in Russian, but I can't, understand. Well, scribble down is not looks like a usual phrase. Words one might scribble down in the heat of an intense moment might have some validity in conveying that intensity, but in general might they not be more satisfactory if they were later revised. I understood it wrong, totally wrong, yeah. Okay, yeah, I just translate all the sentence because really, really hard. Okay, words one might dribble down the heat of an intense moment, might have some validity in conveying that intensity. Okay, it's when in inspiration you just write what you wanted. It's true, yeah. Most of vessels which I wrote in Russian, I wrote in inspiration, just some cool phrases, some cool ideas which I wanted to provide, and you already make a vessels, and actually yes, but in general might they not be more satisfactory if they will later revised. Yes, all vessels which I wrote and which I suppose not as bad as I wrote usually, yeah. I think they all has been, revised after, and that's why I have, only all my life I wrote, uh, about 40, 50 different vessels, and I think I really enjoy only about maybe 5 of them. Yeah, really enjoy 1 and 2, and really satisfied about maybe 10, something like that. And really enjoy about 5. Yeah. Satisfied, it means I think it's not bad poetry, but it's just not actual or not interesting in ideas, maybe something like that. Something like that. Stop it. Don't. I should find a good, phrase which I could replace the something like that. Somehow that it's not good replacement. Okay, I will think about it. Okay, my own feeling is that a remark Wordsworth made 200 years ago has become responsible for a number of misconceptions about what poetry should do. In the preface to a volume of poems called Lyrical Ballads, 1802, he wrote that all good poetry is a spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings. Owens and Johnson's 1998. The second time he uses the same phrase, he says something that I think is often forgotten today. Poetry is a spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings. It takes its origin from emotion recollected in tranquility. I know only tranquilization. Tranquility, the state of being quiet and peaceful. The state of being quiet and peaceful. Its origin from emotion recollected in tranquility. Yeah, it's like rebuilt in tranquility. Okay. Notice the significant time lapse implied there. The idea that, however powerful or spontaneous the emotion, it needs to be carefully considered before you start writing. No. Well, no. I think you should write if you want to write in a high emotion statement, but yeah. You need to be careful, consider it before you start writing. No, it should be considered after. uh, okay, the emotion is contemplated still by a species of reaction. Their tranquility gradually disappears, and an emotion kindred to that which was before the subject of contemplation is gradually reproduced, and thus itself actually exists in the mind. In the mood, successful composition generally begins contemplation. The act of thinking deeply about something, okay, is gradually reproduced and thus itself actually exists in the mind. In this mood, successful composition generally begins. I think maybe yeah, you know, when you on inspiration, you really could write only some feeling. Usually you haven't. I usually on high emotion, high inspiration. I haven't, you know, some clear idea of what I want to say. Only emotion about some kind of idea, which maybe already exist, but you know you don't form them with actually writing. You form some emotions, and maybe after when you really calm and you have time for this contemplation, yeah, you could understand through the emotions, through the what you already already wrote, yeah, you could understand what the idea it was, and mm, and already start to, you know, connect the vessel with this idea, and maybe use some emotional lines which you already wrote, or maybe some other techniques. Yeah, but it's true, I think, in some kind of, and yeah, if but it's a kind of ideal variant. Yeah, it's a ideal moment. Usually, everything works not like that. I think. Okay. You don't have to agree with Wordsworth about that poetry is or how best to achieve it. Would you always want a poem to express powerful emotion, for example? It's an interesting moment, yeah. Maybe vessels could be not about only some, you know, emotional idea, but for example, I never wrote something like that. I don't wrote a lot, but yeah, I didn't write a lot. I wanted to say, yeah. I refer to Hardy's neutral tones above, where the whole point is that neither of the two characters described feels anything much at all. But the idea of contemplation, this word still here, yeah?
Contemplation.
Contemplation. Okay. Contemplation is a useful and important one. It implies distance, perhaps detachment, but above all, recreation, not the thing itself. And if we try to recreate something, we must choose our methods and our words carefully in order to convey what we convey.
Convey.
Convey. To make ideas, feelings known to somebody. Okay, in order to convey what we experience it as closely as possible, for them so, writers do not always aim to express personal experiences. Often, a persona is created. See discussion of voice. Okay. Yes, actually, a lot of emotions that you feel, it's not your actual experience It's very often. I mean, of course, we have some a lot of really great poets who wrote something about his experience, about miserable love, about maybe troubles in his families, maybe it's about heroism on the war, on the wars, yeah. But yeah, mostly I think we could. I think we could name some poets who doesn't experience who don't experience it themselves. Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, I will not try to make it. So the poet Ezra Pound offered this advice to other poets in an essay written in 1913. Use no superfluous word, no adjective which does not reveal something. And in the 1950s, William Carlos Williams advised, cut and cut again whatever you write. In his opinion, the test of the artist is to be able to revise without showing a seam. A line along which two edges of cloth are joined or sewn together. A thin layer of coal or other material between layers of rock and the ground. Okay, a line where two edges meet, for example, the edges of wooden boards. Oh, seam, okay. Yeah. Without showing a seam. That seam image he uses appeals to me particularly because it stressed the notion of skilled craftsman. Pound and Williams were American, writing long after Wordsworth, but as you can see, like countless other poets, they too reflect very seriously on their own poetic practice. I hope this helps convince you that as students we owe it to the poems we read to give them close analytical attention. Well, well, I think we could stop with that for today. Maybe later I will play in Dwarf Fortress on stream. Maybe I will. Yeah, what I will do now, I'm gonna to pitch my video game, which I want to produce, to provide it in the college. I would go to college in this year, so yeah. And as a game designer, and there's one of requirements, it's video game actually, and I want to make a video game, and now I really think about that, how to make it better, because I have one interesting idea. I think it could be. I think I should use it. Use this idea for like a little demo version. It could be a cool idea about visual style. I want to make a visual style of my game as a child pictures. At first, it's easy to produce it. I could make it just with a Krita, with my yeah. And I think I should make it like this. So yeah, now I will go to my pitch and try to make something. And after, maybe I will go to play in Dwarf Fortress, and if I will finish with my pitch, I want to show it. But it's gonna, if it will happen, it will happen in on the Twitch. So yeah, thank you to everyone who watched it accidentally or something. Thank you to Pintic for subscription on YouTube. And bye-bye. Увидимся и до свидания.